Alright, what's going on, guys? We're back with another Dokkan Battle video, and today I wanted to kind of go over real quickly some details we've gotten about the new mode that was shown and demo played and tested at the Community Fest event last night. So thanks to Truth, right? He was at the event. He was able to actually run through the mode, test everything out, and was allowed to go on and kind of explain and give some details on what the mode is going to be, how it kind of runs, what it entails. So we're going to look through his quick little description here, kind of piece together some of the ideas that maybe we could see with this mode going forward, and really what this means for Dokkan in general. So thank you, Truth, for, you know, being the sole voice of the community and being there at the event and being able to put the stuff out for us that we can kind of go through. So right here, so the new mode is described as a mode where you are able to experience and enjoy the original story. The demo play was all Namek Saga characters. So basically what it sounds like is kind of like how the Dragon Ball story, how they've revamped it, right? You go through, it's like stage. You kind of turn the story on, you get to see some of the like animations play and things like that, and kind of experience the story that way. It kind of sounds like it's something like that, but centered around like the different sagas, right? So this one was Namek Saga in particular. So Planet Namek Saga, right? If it's all Namek Saga characters, I assume maybe you're only allowed to take in characters from that saga, which would actually be really cool. I hope that that's kind of how they play it. It's not just like, oh, I can bring in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta to a Saiyan Saga like episode and just completely run through stuff. Like, I hope it's like category restricted mode, like a mode where you're going through each saga. I think that'd be really cool. So the new mode has a map where you move around. Seems similar to the type of map Legends uses for theirs events, where you move to each fight. So for that, it's kind of like this, you know, kind of like a rough, this is what I picture, right? You have like a starting point, and then you kind of just pick and choose kind of where you move, and then end up at the final like boss per se. That's kind of the way I think of it. I think Fighters kind of has like the same like little mechanic thing in one of their stages as well. So that makes for, you know, branching paths, making it a little bit more like quote unquote customizable for like the way you kind of want to run through the event. Or I mean, it could just be like a linear path, but I'm hoping that it's, you know, something where you can go through and do different fights as you kind of do whatever you want here, right? Instead of just like, I'm gonna go like this, you can branch off and do, you know, whatever fight you want to. It sounds pretty cool. It sounds pretty neat. Let's see. So you use a party of 6 characters. So there's no friend unit at all. So it's based off a team that you build. You're not able to bring in a friend unit to kind of help fill it out with a 7th character or, you know, their leader skill or whatever. It's literally just your team, your box of units. The team of 6 is split into 2 groups. You're gonna have like an A and B group. Each group has their own leader skills active. So I assume like whoever you choose as like the leader of each group is gonna have their active skill or their leader skill. So each individual character has their own HP bar, which is pretty crazy. So those characters that come out that have like certain amounts of HP are going to be more valuable than others, I think, in this type of mode. You get a game over only when all 6 characters' HP is reduced to 0. So it's not if one character dies, like your shared HP bar in the normal Dokkan event. It's each character has their own HP, and you only lose once all of them are down. So that's a little different, and I think that's kind of cool. The characters have their normal passives, links, transformations, and all the abilities the same as the normal game, which is good. It also makes team building kind of a big deal, right? To, you know, get those links, get those built in, like some of the stuff they have built in their passives, or be able to get some of their abilities and things like that. You have to really plan out building your team and which group like they play in. You have the ability to start at the start of turn to swap to the second group. Doing this takes a charge to use. You have 3 charges available. Okay, so basically this right here, you can swap between the 2 groups after each fight, it seems. And you're only going to have 3 times that you can actually do this. Now, I have heard that there are ways to gain charges. I think Toon put something out where he talked about, there was a tweet he made somewhere. I can't find it, but he mentioned that like doing a Dokkan attack could get you another charge. So there are going to be ways to get the charges back to make it a little more like strategic. But for right now, just having the 3 charges makes it a lot more like you got to be careful and really choose when you're swapping your groups out. Each turn that you stay using the same group, the boss increases the difficulty, called the intensity meter. As the intensity meter increases, the boss hits harder and eventually can cancel your ability to dodge, seal your super attacks, and deal massive increased damage. So you're encouraged to swap groups to keep the boss from getting too powerful. So this is a lot of where the strategy comes in for swapping your groups around, right? You're not going to want to do it just like willy-nilly, like, oh, I'm bored of using this group, I'm going to switch now. It's like, once the boss starts getting hard, you know, the longer and longer you stay with group A, the harder and harder the boss is going to get. You switch to group B, and I think it seems like all those buffs kind of go away to match whatever like group B is at. And then maybe when you swap back to group A, like those buffs come back type of deal. That's kind of what it sounds like. It sounds very interesting. Definitely we're definitely going to actually like get our hands on it and like see footage of this, or like a big like walkthrough description to really understand it, you know, from the outside looking in to how this actually played out. But this sounds very interesting and very cool and just very different from what Dokkan actually is. Now, I believe this is just a mode, so it's not going to be like the game, right? It's not going to be like, this is how the game plays from now on. I think this is just a mode, right, where you do like the different sagas and everything. So there is that, right? The normal Dokkan, I think, is still going to be there. After beating the boss, who is Final Form Frieza, STR Namek Goku's Spirit Bomb animation is played. So Spirit Bomb Goku, so I'm guessing that this is the animation that plays, right? So once you beat it, he would use this, and then basically you win. Like, this is kind of like their like win screen of like showing that you completed the mission, you did what you needed to do, and then boom, it's done. Which is cool, right? They're going to need to reuse these assets and everything, so it's cool that they implement them in this way. The rewards and new customizable card effects that you can apply to your characters. Both LR and TUR characters are shown with these effects. STR Namek Goku in particular, his effects looked incredible. So my guess, you know, with Namek Saga being something they talk about, a lot of people are saying like, oh, Namek Saga's probably anniversary. This is probably when they're going to drop this. This is probably anniversary stuff. It could be, but I mean, we'll see. I don't know if this particularly has to do with what anniversary would be. You know, if they stick in line with the exact same, like, oh, this saga drops, so now it has to be this. I mean, it could just be they're going to drop them in order, but they just kind of started with Namek at the demo, right? It could be like we get a Saiyan saga first, and then we go into Namek, or we could get like Dragon Ball first, and then kind of go into Saiyan saga, Namek saga, Cell saga, blah, 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 so on, so on, so on. But I think this is really cool and just really different. And I like that they're expanding and really trying new things. And I do like that they actually tested this first with the community at this event before just like rolling it out. Because I feel like sometimes when they just roll things out, people don't receive it as well. But if you get like a small group to really test it and really like give their feedback to like, hey, I think this works well. Hey, I think this might need some fine tuning. I think that really helps build it and really makes it just an overall better experience for the entire player base. So really cool. I mean, when we talk about new card effects, like I think they talk about like, I don't know exactly how they would do it, but like my first thought, let me see if I can find them real quick. Like my first thought when you talk about like card effects is like this kind of stuff, like when it pops in and then it's like the boom, boom, like that's like that shit. Like the bam behind the gammas, like that's my thought of like card effect. But it seems like you can do it with LRs, you can do it with TURs, which is very cool. So very much looking forward to this. I think this is gonna be very cool. I don't know when exactly these are gonna start rolling out. I think they're still gonna have to do some like fine tuning stuff to it, you know, little last minute tweaks to get it where they want it before they just let everybody play. My guess would be around New Year's or anniversary is probably around the time that this would come out or be available to everybody. But again, I don't know for sure. But it sounds very interesting, very cool. Very down to talk more about this if you guys want to. I'll do some deep dives in and see if I can't find more like conversations on this too, to kind of add to this and kind of get a better picture of what this will look like. But for right now, I think this is all the info that we really have. So again, thank you, Truth, for putting this out. Thank you for, you know, being there and really giving your feedback and kind of helping us understand kind of what we have coming and what we're going to be seeing here soon. So very cool. Very much looking forward to this. And again, I think this is supposed to just be like a mode. It's not supposed to be like an overall like revamp of the game. It's just going to be another particular mode that we get to play through, which is good, right? I like that they do that, and then they'll update it as we kind of go through, you know, maybe different celebrations and things like that over time, adding to it, which will be very fun, and I'm very much looking forward to this. So very cool. Again, if you guys have questions on it, let me know, and I'll try to figure it out for you. I'll be diving into this as much as I can and try to understand it before we finally get it, but hopefully we get some more official information on this soon. So we'll see. If you guys stuck around to the end of the video, I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys think of this new mode. Does this get you excited? Do you think this doesn't sound great? What kind of questions do you have going forward about this? Let me know. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.